What is going on, guys? Mobile Carrier News here. And today, in this article for Dish Network or Dish Wireless, they are basically describing what the future is for Dish Network. Now, there's very mixed reviews on this. A lot of people are saying Dish is taking their time with their network. Other people are saying Dish is close to releasing their 5G markets, which is hard to believe because they haven't released any 5G market. They haven't released any plans, any services, any billing information, how they'll charge you. Basically, how when a wireless company starts. They haven't done that yet, and people are saying that Dish Network is too late into the game to compete with T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T, even though Dish is using T-Mobile's service for, I believe, the next 3 to 7 years. I believe it's 7 years. They're still using their service for that long. But the CEO of Dish Network, he honestly disagrees otherwise. He literally, I'm trying to remember what his name was again. I believe it's Charlie Ergens, the CEO of Dish, says that they are on track to compete with T-Mobile, with all three carriers. And he also describes that it's just taking a little longer to build out their 5G network because they're doing they're basically kind of rushing it. And in my personal opinion, I believe Dish has been in the cable business for a long time now. They have a lot of cable services. They have regular cable service. They also have I believe Dish Latino for like a lot of Hispanics and other services. Which is good cable service to compete with the carriers for cable. Now for wireless, that's a different story because they're literally building out their own service. They're getting help from, I believe, US Cellular and another carrier. They're getting help from other businesses to help out with their service, and they're also getting, and because of the Sprint and T-Mobile merger, they're also getting, I believe, 20,000 towers for free given from T-Mobile because of that contract. So that's a good thing. They can start off with 20,000 of their own towers and build their own 5G. I do believe I'm kind of in a mixed feeling about this. Part of me says that it is a little too late for Dish, and they'll probably be they'll probably be another Sprint where they're just late to the network. Or the other half of me is saying they could be on track, even though they're building it pretty fast. But I honestly don't know. It's like a 50-50 shot. It really is. I don't know how everything will be for Dish Network. Their cable service is 100%. Right now, they're doing pretty good. At least I believe they're doing pretty good. I've never tried their cable service. I've noticed a lot of people in my neighborhoods from the past have a lot of Dish. They had their network, and I don't really know their prices. I don't know how their service works. I believe my family at one point had Dish too as well, a long time ago. It was pretty good. We had it like way long time ago. I was just thinking about this now. We had it a long time ago, and I don't know why my dad left Dish. I think we had them for, I think, maybe a year or two, somewhere around the line there. I don't know why my dad didn't like it. He went back to Cox Communications, and Cox Communications is expensive. I don't know why he didn't really stay with Dish, but the fact that my family's had Dish from the past, and I've seen a lot of neighbors with Dish Network. It shows that their cable service is promising, and it's been booming for years. It's been building up. They don't have to worry about marketing. Well, maybe here and there if they lose the customers to other services. But for wireless, I honestly can't really give you a straight answer to that because it's like I said, it's a hit or miss. Either they're going to be late to the 5G game, and on top of that, they also have to build up their 4G network because you could start off with 5G and then wait for 6G. However, that's why they're using. That's why I think it's a good idea they're using T-Mobile service so that way they can test out T-Mobile's LTE and then use their own LTE, because I don't know how Sprint, I don't know how the CEO is planning everything out with its network. Don't get me wrong, like 5G, everyone's focused on 5G, but I really hope Dish is also figuring out a plan to have at least LTE as part of the game with this, because if it's just 5G, 5G is still new and people like are not going to have good coverage, especially from a new carrier like Dish. It's going to be very difficult to see how this plays out for them. And I'm very curious how this will work out for Dish in their favor or not. They could be late to the game. I don't believe they'll be like Sprint where they'll go bankrupt and struggle. At least I hope. I mean, that would suck. Like, can you imagine T-Mobile trying to buy off Dish Network next, or AT&T and Verizon? That'd be insane. They have, Dish has so much cable and service that any carrier that buys them now would be a monopoly. Like, seriously, it'd be a huge monopoly, and whoever buys them would have the biggest carrier service and expansion in the world, in the whole US, in my opinion. It'd be insane. But as for 5G, they could, like I said, they could be like Sprint. Not go bankrupt, but just be very late to the game. They could also be like T-Mobile. They could be not bankrupt, but they could be late to the game, to the LTE, to like the LTE days back when T-Mobile had zero LTE in 2013. Zero. All it was 4G. It was fast 4G, like what was that called again? HPASA. It was something. It was called something HPSA plus, something like that. But there was no LTE, just 4G. And I'm really I'm excited for Dish Network's plan. I'm kind of nervous at the same time because they are going to be a little late. I honestly feel like they're going to get their 5G running by next year, but by next year all three carriers will be ahead, especially T-Mobile. I think T-Mobile is 2 years ahead, although Verizon is picking up, and Dish is just here barely building out their network with T-Mobile. On top of that, Dish is upset because T-Mobile is canceling Sprint CDMA networks, and Dish is currently using that for Boost Mobile because T-Mobile gave away Boost Mobile to Dish. Now, I'm not sure if it was 100% or 50% all of Boost Mobile, but T-Mobile is canceling those services because of the whole merger and everything. And I honestly don't blame T-Mobile for canceling the CDMA Sprint networks that Dish is using, because T-Mobile has told Dish many times, many warnings, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to give you this time and range. And Dish feels like it got ripped off. I don't feel like Dish got ripped off. I feel like all this merger and everything was just rushed quick, and I honestly think Dish should have come up with a better plan. I don't know why they needed Boost Mobile's, service when it was part of T-Mobile's plan, and T-Mobile was going to shut down those networks anyway. Even if Dish didn't buy Boost Mobile, they were going to shut them down anyway. And now there's this big complication that just Dish is in a predicament here, and I feel like if maybe they partnered up with Verizon, they could have gone better, or AT&T. I'm not saying T-Mobile is a bad company, but with the whole shutdown thing, the merger, everything felt rushed to me, in my opinion. And Dish's network is like in the middle, barely trying to like crawl from the underground, trying to get their 5G, and there's just nothing there. Like, it's planned, they're working on it, but there's no 5G. There's no like data plans. There's no service. Like, there's no towers. Nothing's ready yet. It's gonna take some time. My guess is either Dish will be ready for their 5G market by either December or by late 2021, early 2022, which, it's better late than never. Dish is not going bankrupt because they have a lot of cable and service. But as for 5G and wireless, they're going to be really late, and I really hope Dish invests a lot of money into their service, into getting everything ready, because I believe T-Mobile is ahead by 2 years, Verizon and AT&T are behind by 1 year, but I can't tell. I honestly can't describe who's gonna win, because they're each have different plans on who's gonna be this, that. There's short term, there's midterm, long term, and Dish is gonna be the last. And I really hate to say this. At first, I thought it was AT&T, but I do believe Dish is now going to be the last. And I hope they invest a lot of money to try to at least catch up to T-Mobile and AT&T, because it's going to be a wild roller coaster with 5G going on, and let's say Dish Network is going to be the fourth carrier. They're going to be the last carrier. I really hate to say it, and it's just going to take a while. I really hope Dish invests at least $15 billion for their 5G. I mean, that's a lot of money investment. I don't think Dish would do. I honestly think maybe 1 to 2 billion is a good start. 1 to 2 billion, and then gradually work your way up to at least 10 or 15 billion. They have to at least be investing $1 or $2 billion, because if they invest like in the millions, I think they're just gonna be left behind. With all the carriers nowadays investing billions of dollars, I think millions of dollars for Dish Network to improve their speed is just not gonna cut it. I really don't think it would work out for them. It's too little of investment. Don't get me wrong, millions of dollars is a lot, but it still feels like they're gonna be behind. And honestly, see how Dish Network does. I'm very curious how they'll improve their service. I'm curious how much they'll offer in hotspot, if they'll offer unlimited data, or prioritize or deprioritize whatever they do. But they have to figure out how they're going to compete with all the three carriers, because right now, with everything going on, it's a battleground. It's a huge battleground. I'm very curious how Dish will do. I'm very curious how they'll be by December. I really am very curious. If their 5G is not ready by market, if 5G is not ready, if Dish's network for 5G wireless is not ready by December, the only thing I could say is I'm wishing Dish a lot of luck, because they're going to be very late. If they start by early 2022, I think that's fine. It's better late than never. But if they can't start anytime sooner, I honestly believe they should. It's gonna be very hard for them. If I was Dish, I would just stick to cable, because wireless, like, you're rushing it, and if Dish is rushing it, it's not gonna be perfect. I prefer they take their time to build out their 5G wireless service. And sure, they can take their time, but I feel like that's gonna take a while. I feel like they have to wait 1 to 2 years, and maybe even 3 years on top of that. And I honestly don't know. Dish is very they're in a tight spot. So let me know what you guys think about Dish's 5G wireless. Are they close? Are they going to abandon everything? Let me know, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.